Here, Sam. Pretty interesting.
So this is a Taylor Cub built from the Golden Age Repro kit. It's got a 7mm motor with a 5-to-1 gearbox and a 15 farad super cap. The weight of the power system is about 12 grams, and the overall weight of the airplane is about 28 grams. So it's very comparable to rubber power. And what you'll see is it flies like a very good rubber-powered airplane.
Very nice. Very nice. How long does it take to charge?
It's not quite fully charged now, but it's close enough for government work, so a minute.
Yeah.
Maybe a little longer.
Well, as long as it takes to wind a motor.
Oh, yeah. All right, so here we go.
I love the deeper sound to it. It's almost CO2-like. Really?
Oh, it's lower RPM.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on. It's low RPM. It's because I'm not running less than I'm running lower voltage. I think what they need is smooth the nose with.
So, John, what's in your toolbox today?
Well, you know, I thought it'd be professional and kind of business-like. I found that I had this in a closet, and I thought, let me get some use out of it. And it's got little pockets for glue, all different kinds of glue, and little hangers for other tools. And I got this nifty thing that a flashlight came in. I thought, oh, it works good to keep all your little hand tools inside there. And a scale, spare tissue from every single plane I've ever built, in case I get a hole in the side. Various weights, a lube. Oh, I'll need this for timing the airplane. This hardwood wheel from Paul Stott, I think. My reading glasses, because I'm, getting up there in age. And they kind of look the same. I got to figure out which. These are the reading glasses.
What's in this bottle here?
Oh, that is a little combination of water and alcohol in case you need to. Something's twisted or tighten up some tissue. And a little spray. Nice little mist. I use this when I'm making airplanes. That's about it. This is from weighing some rubber or weighing something that's going to roll around. Put that on top of the scale.
All right. Very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, John.
So Mitch, what do you got in your toolbox there today?
Well, you always got to have some super glue, some CA glue, and some lubricant for the motors, a bag, plastic bag for the motor. I have a little spray bottle of water, a Band-Aid, screwdrivers, some cement.
So you're just using a fishing box basically for your
Yes.
toolbox.
Yeah, and it's not always the most convenient. My hands don't reach in between the compartments very well. I got to use a pair of tweezers to get everything.
Yeah.
If I need a screwdriver, I got to grab it. Yeah.
All right, very good. Thank you.
Yep.
So Peter, what do you got in your toolbox
I
today?
have a digital torque meter. Just started learning how to use it. So I've been using it to test rubber for my penny plane. I have a little stooge that I printed out on my 3D printer.
That's nice.
Been using that for a couple of years.
What's this lever for? Oh, that I
That's
see.
just to support the plane.
Yeah, okay.
The normal scale. And I put this stand together for the ultralight planes.
A nice solid base there.
Yeah, I bought it at Michael's,
Okay.
as is. Have my rubber lube, a messy box full of adhesive, extra rubber, and tools. Tiny little scissors are really helpful. And then I have my second toolbox, which has some of the bigger things. I have my Harlan rubber stripper in case I need to make motors. I have adhesives. I have both some CA adhesive and some nitrocellulose. A thickness gauge for measuring rubber. And just some spare bits and bobs, O-rings, rubber bands, tape, and wood.
Great.
So that's what I got.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, so what do you got in your toolbox there, Mark?
This is basically paper towels, some rubber for the Scrappy,
Oh, your motors are very organized.
lots of different rubber sizes for making up new motors, a bunch of motors, more rubber, and a very old Peck winder from the 80s. You know, tools, hemostats, rubber, odds and ends for motors. That's about it. I mean, it's just, you know, just a box for coming out here to fly.
Thank you.
In here that you don't really want.
I know. So
What you do is, this part of the thing, you bend this way.
I shouldn't just put the trailing edge up?
No, you can, but you need both. You can put the trailing edge up by bending the, up here, but you need to make this thing, you need to.
Okay, put it negative.
You bend it
Down.
down, yeah. So when if I
Yeah.
do that,
Yeah.
you'll see that the
Yeah. Yeah,
the trailing edge comes up.
This is an East Church kitten. A World War I experimental one-off. So it's not a World War I combat aircraft. It's a scale job, about 18 inches. This airplane was made as, believe it or not, a Zeppelin interceptor with all of like 30 horsepower in that little two-cylinder. It was tiny. But it makes for kind of a cool airplane. I love the big wheels on it, you know?
Yeah. It's a great flyer. Boy, you got that dialed in, man.
Yeah, you know, I added just a twitch of dihedral to the lower wing. Scale is a flat lower wing. All the dihedral is in the upper wing. And it's, you know, sometimes it's all you need. Just a little. Heads up. Sorry.
Okay, Harry, tell me about your model here.
Sure. Yeah. Well, we got a 19-inch span Hellcat.
Yeah.
Just brought it out for flight trials, getting the CG and such right. And the finish is something I've tried, something new. It's airbrushed ink. The blues are alcohol inks, and the white is acrylic ink from Liquitex.
The white really pops.
Yeah, it's pretty good and very light. All of the ink added less than a gram to the overall weight of the model.
Wow.
So
Yeah, it's good.
I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, it looks great. Looks great.
Thanks.
It is. That's why Harry said it might feel under pressure. Harry, what are you getting for time?
I don't know yet. We'll see.
Oh, that's a good flying airplane, Harry.
Spend a lot of time doing that.
40 seconds.
Been a box that's been around for a long time.
So Sam, what do you got in your toolbox here?
Well, I have, let's see, snacks. So we have snacks. We have also probably some granola bars because I'm getting a little hungry. Yep, they're granola bars.
You're the first with granola bars, I must
See?
say. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And I have a granola bar here. You want this one? I can't eat it. I have various, you know, like most people, I have various thicknesses of rubber. I'm starting to use these containers because they're smaller than those boxes. I always like to have at least a few winders. So here's some 15-to-1s, and I probably have a 10-to-1 in my pocket. And have a bigger 10-to-1 that I probably won't use today because I shouldn't need it, but it was in case I began going much over 1/8 because I found that those little winders can't handle 3/16. Let's see. I have some, essentially grease or oil or lubricant for motor shafts. Rubber lube. Various pins for stooge pegs, or for the stooge, and some random rubber for or random little rubber bands for making sure that the stooge peg stays on, and some files, some clay, little glue. I don't know. I think it's all pretty standard, and random scraps of balsa and plastic for drag tabs or whatever.
Thanks. Very good.
Okay.
So I decided to bring my scale. I don't have any extra rubber, but I brought Ray's rubber cutter. I brought my caliper, my digital caliper. Digital thickness gauge, I guess that's the proper thing to say about it. Extra rubber, Kevlar thread, O-rings, and stuff to make Teflon bearings from, and stuff, and a tissue tubes in case anything breaks. Some new thrust bearings for the Scrappy that I got, and acetone and glue, some extra stuff.
Okay. Thanks.
What you need until you need something else, basically.
So what is this, Mitch?
This is the De La Telle French plane.
Man, that's
I think
beautiful.
it was for private clubs to train aerobatics.
What country?
I think it's French.
Okay. Yeah, beautiful. Looks like it has a lot of potential.
It does.
All right, John, so what do you got in your toolbox here today?
Okay, so I've got a little bit of glue, my favorite glue, which is the nitrocellulose from our favorite archery company, cut with a little MEK or whatever. Pair of forceps. One of my prized possessions is my mother's sewing scissors that she bought. This was actually from back in the 40s. I don't know where she got it from. She says it was from Pratt Reed when they used to make gliders for World War II, the training gliders, so there's that. Other than that, a little mishmash of this and that, some clay, all kinds of rubber that doesn't seem to be working today.
So this is the bottom of the box.
Oh
over
yeah,
here.
that's the bottom, that's the pit. You don't want to go in there, you'll never come out alive. Yeah, I've got some lead shot, some fuse for outdoors, a couple of tent stakes. Can never be without a little bit of masking tape, Kevlar thread, hypodermic needle for glue, oversized nails for the stooge as it's home. So that's pretty much it.
All right, great, thanks.
All right.
So Eric, what do you got in your toolbox here today? It's a beautiful box.
Yeah, this was a box I think my father had actually reconditioned, and he built all these little drawers for it. And I think it may have been initially made by his uncle. But anyhow, I've got, well, on the top here, I've got my little pins and tools here. Here I've got some glues. Let's see, over here, got some stopwatches, timers, some extra props. Then you pull out some more drawers here. Little shafts, bearings, more props. Rubber, a whole assortment of rubber here. Different sizes for different models. Let's see, and then the last drawer down here, just a timer, Ray Harland, a rubber stripper, Ray Harland designed. Some more tools, paper.
You may get the award for the most organized box.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks.
It's heavy though. It needs a handle on it, but otherwise it's a nice tool chest.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's just that we need a helicopter airplane.
I know, right? I was thinking that.
So what do we got in our toolboxes over here today?
Oh, a lot of stuff.
You got two toolboxes. Oh, it's one on top of the other.
One on top of the other.
Okay.
Yeah. Rubber. Winders.
That's a nice tray. Custom fit for the box, right?
Yep. A little winder.
What's the, is that a stooge or something? Or those little holders or something?
Yeah, those are
Oh, I see. I see. Wow, that's slick.
yeah.
Holds everything in place. Very
Yep.
nice.
Yep. Compact.
Okay. And what goes in the top part of the box? Got all your tools?
Yep. How do you manage that? All the tools in the rubber. This is an old box. It's about 25 years old.
Okay.
So most of all of this stuff that's on the table
I
is
see.
inside the box.
I see. Okay. All right. Very good. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Easiest way, John, to explain it, to dump it out. This is a tip for a retriever to go on the end of the pole if you have to nudge the model around. Obviously a little sanding plate, a winder to loan to kids. I use these hooks on the basketball holes there to wind the model from. This is to measure the thickness of the rubber. This is to make little tabs and to write notes. This is a jar of lubricant and various pieces of wood to shim with, pliers to shape things with.
All right.
That should do it.
So Doug, what do you got in your toolbox today?
Okay, well,
Besides the Scrappy.
which is going to be in another kind of box if it doesn't get better. I have cards where I write out my the data on each of the flights. I have a blast tube. I have a torque meter. I have a micrometer. I have Ray Harlan's rubber stripper and a whole bunch of different rubbers and some lube and some miscellaneous modeling tools and shims and glues and a mechanical stopwatch, which is right here, which I've had since I was a kid, and I used to fly hand launch gliders.
All right. Very good.
So that's my toolbox.
Thank you. What do you got in your toolbox here today?
Everything.
I see that. This is one of the more organized toolboxes for sure.
I was going less than 20 miles an hour.
What are these here?
These are brass tubes to keep hypodermic needles in there for glue guns. And there's a little roll of paper towel in the bottom. And you pour a little acetone in there, and it sits there, and it keeps them from the glue, the hypodermic from clogging up. On the top, there's a Teflon washer that acts to seal the thing. It worked pretty well for a couple of months. But there's all kinds of stuff in here.
How about these little containers?
They all have little different size O-rings in them. They're all sliced nylon.
Would you be opposed if I take a video of them, and then if you give me an email address, I'll email it to you.
And then stuff like these are little needle threaders. Let's see if I can get one close here. Look at it down here. It's a needle threader. Let's see, go over here. Go over here, your shadow is hitting it. One's a needle threader for putting the O-rings on, and the other is just a hook to pull a sleeve, like a little shrink tubing sleeve, over the hook for models that where the rubber might tend to climb up over the hook and get in the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of little tools.
That looks like an old stopwatch, huh?
That's my first stopwatch. It's got markings on it, so if I count, I think it's 5 revolutions, or time 5 revolutions of an indoor model, it'll give me the RPM directly.
Very good.
All kinds of crazy stuff. Neat little tools like Swiss oilers that are really good for putting a tiny drop of something onto something.
This may ruin his life if he can.
So it's got a little spade, a little tiny spade on it down there. So you can, that's what they oil watches with, but you can use it for lots of stuff.
Occasionally.
Very good. All right, thank you.
little bit of everything. My junk box.
Yeah.
All
So
my
you're using it
outdoor
like
stuff
a
and indoor stuff.
plastic storage container for a box. Yeah.
Very hard to find parts in it. That's for sure.
Well,
Spend more time looking for parts than using it, I think.
well, you got it. Looks like you got everything there, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and then over here you got motors,
Motors.
rubber
yeah.
motors, and a muffin.
And some breakfast that I haven't gotten to yet. Sure did.
All right.
Beautiful launch. Good. Very good. Come on. Let's go. We need a bigger motor. Fine. Okay. Big mess.
What's in your toolbox?
What do I use most? Well, I've got two pair of tweezers. You know how to use tweezers? Yeah. Well, these, see, this is a normal pair of tweezers here. Kind of like what you would use around the house, but this is a really nice tweezer because it's very sharp and pointed and it's very accurate in the close. So that's one of my best tools in this toolbox. A really nice pair of tweezers. Let's see, I've got a can opener, bottle opener, just in case. What else? Some pens, a sharpening stone. Do you know how to use a sharpening stone? Right? And sanding sticks, clay, lube. It's a big mess.
What's in the lower deck?
Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
I have some guitar string that this gentleman, what's his name again? He gave that to me earlier. And a whole bunch of different pliers, some CA that is rubber banded on so it won't fall over and make a big mess. Diagonal cutters, Band-Aids. And oh, look what we have in here. We have some fuses, little rubber bands, snubbers, all kinds of good stuff. It's a mess.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome, John. How far away is it?
Build. Then I realized I had to make a motor to make it look like the real one. And I'm not really an engine builder, but this is the best I came up with.
That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's beautiful.